Hello, my name is Michael Falco, and I am from Leflore County, Oklahoma. Growing up, and even today, I find myself a part of the lower class. Today, I plan on telling you a little bit about my culture, how nonverbal cues fit into my culture, and also how mass communication is affected by all cultures, not just mine. So, my culture was very much a culture of individualism. My culture oftentimes found people in it which were part of the lower class, or often, very often, part of those sitting underneath the poverty line. The culture was characterized with individualism, the ability to get things done, and hobbies that almost always would benefit families and the individual person in many ways. For instance, fishing was a common hobby, or hunting, or working on cars. Things like that. Ways to put food on the table were usually common hobbies. From the perspective of individualism, people really wanted to be able to say, hey, I'm better than old Sam over there. I can get things done. I have my life together and I have myself together to do all the things in life that I need to. That culture impacts me in various ways. I find myself, as I present myself to others, I want to present myself in that same light. I can get things done. I can do what needs to be done. And I'm better than old Sam over there. When I talk to others, my culture also gives me the perspective of, okay, how can I, benefit your individual self and benefit my individual self? Not really that we're working together on anything, but it's like a, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine kind of thing. That form of communication is unique. But not only does my culture give me a unique perspective on how to see the world and communicate, it also gives me a unique set of nonverbal communication tools, some nonverbal cues. One such cue is the head nod. It consists of pretty much putting your hands in your pocket, squaring your shoulders, and nodding like that. And with that cue, it is very much signifying kind of what we talked about, that I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine mentality. It's saying you're squaring your shoulders, you're kind of asserting some dominance, and you're saying, I deserve respect. And with the head nod, you're affirming them and saying, you deserve respect. It's pretty rude if you don't ever get that head nod back in return because, like I said, it's kind of transactional. I don't want to give that compliment if I'm not receiving it, because then it kind of makes me seem like I'm saying, well, Sam over there is better than I am. Just not really how the cultural structure is set up. This differs greatly from people, say, from California. I have a couple of friends from there. And their cultures are more collectivist. They don't see things from that perspective. There's never a need to say, yeah, you're all right and I'm all right. Like it's never like that. It's more about being together as a whole, not from each individual perspective, but rather one. Not only does culture give me a unique mindset and unique nonverbals, but my culture, like all other cultures, has a really unique influence on mass communication. So when it comes to cultures and mass communication, what you'll find is that mass communication, depending on the area, for instance, Leflore County, the mass communication that occurs there is representative of the culture in which it resides. So if you were to take the mass communication from a science perspective and dissected in a lab, you would find traces of the culture integrated throughout it. For instance, it is a culture where people like to get things done. What you'll see in Facebook posts is lots of things about how to work on cars, how to garden, how to take care of chickens, how to do the best you can on your taxes to get the lowest paid that you can. Things like that. It's very much individualistic, so it's all driven on what can you do, what can you accomplish. That's a way that mass communication is affected by my culture, but you'll see that with all cultures. It all affects the mass communication. So in summary, we talked about my cultural background, some nonverbal cues that I use in that culture, and also how all culture influences mass communication. My hope with this message is that you will examine those same things, the culture in which you are currently finding yourself in, how nonverbal cues work to communicate with each other, and also what effect does my culture have on the mass communication I receive. My hope is that as you ask those questions, you will actually become a better communicator. You'll actually gain the ability to talk to people across different cultures, and you'll be able to do so in an effective and fruitful way. Thank you.